What's up, babes? It was a busy week. Usually I get you something on Friday. Today it's going to be Saturday, which is literally today. Quite a chapter, honestly, and the fact that we don't have a break. Oda's doing some magical things, and he's still doing it. I even went back because I had to do some research on the Seraphims that were on Amazon Lily, because they're coming back here shortly. But I just wanted to make sure. But Oda has been just going crazy for like 10, 15 chapters now. Like just the whole time, just nonstop action, action, action. We're getting the revolutionaries just about every single chapter now. And yeah, just crazy action, and we just get into the thick of it with this chapter. Starting off, like I said, Caesar and Sanji's dad, Naruto's dad, Boruto's dad, it's not Naruto, it's Boruto's dad. Sanji's dad, both part of Mads. We knew that already. They have a little reunion. Like I said, it was going to happen. It is what it is. I think they're going to play a part in the final act of One Piece, but I don't think it'll be too major. It starts off with them saying, hey, you guys can just leave the Kuma Luna Fista here and get the hell out of here. Because, like he said, I'm probably going to die soon, and you guys are probably going to be the ones to do it because I know too much. And I loved hearing that from him. The other Vegapunks are trying to keep them off, but Rob Lucci's having absolutely none of it. He's like, we're leaving the ship. We're going to go get this shit done. That's it. Now, probably the biggest confusion that I had with this chapter was Kuma. Kuma escapes and Kuma sends himself somewhere. Now, where did he send himself? The two biggest ones are Egghead, is that he sent himself to Egghead, and that he sent himself to rescue Sabo. Now, I can like poke holes in both these theories, but I'm not even sure. Now, the problem with this is it has been confirmed unless for whatever reason his powers have changed. But when he sends people with the pawpaw fruit, they travel for 3 days and 3 nights. And I don't think that Egghead is going to last 3 days and 3 nights. Hitchin guy is right there. Right there. So I'm like, maybe it's Sabo, but at the same time, like, shouldn't you have left a while ago if you're going to save Sabo? Not only that, but in the anime, I'm literally at the part where Kuma sends everybody for 3 days and 3 nights, and he tells Luffy, I will never see you again. I will never see you again. So I'm like, okay, if he's never going to see him again, then he can't really be heading there. Or maybe he's going after his daughter, like, for some reason that we don't know, but I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's going or what he's doing, but it's very important. And I think the fact that he said that to Luffy, when he said that I'm not going to see you again, there's something that he's able to see that we're not. I don't know if it's observation. I don't know what it is, but he can kind of see the future a little bit. And I don't know how much that entails, but I'm very curious where he got sent. But that's all we got from the revolutionaries. Vegapunk's a good guy. He wants unlimited energy for everybody. He wants it to be free for everybody and infinite. And I think that's an awesome goal. I think it's a huge goal. Obviously, Luffy doesn't give a shit because he's like, you what? You want to give people energy? Like, isn't that just cola? Like, he has no frame of reference of anything that means. But that's huge for Vegapunk. Like, the fact that he wants that to end wars and stuff, he's clearly a good guy. He clearly comes from a good space. And he just used the government. What I love that he said is he's like, time, money, and what was the last one? Time and money. He still doesn't have enough of either one of those things. Still. He split himself 6 times, and he still has himself, and he's like, I still don't have enough time or money to do what my brain wants to do. And I believe it, because this guy's an absolute and utter genius. And we're just kind of seeing little things that he literally just like phased up to the upper floor. I'm just like, what is going on? But it's funny because right as CP0 lands, he's like, in short, I know too much, so they're trying to kill me. They got to erase me like they did Ohara. So it's very interesting. There's a little bit of confusion of the difference between CP0 and CP9 with Luffy, but it just kind of is what it is. We've known that for a while. They get up there and they're like, all right, so what's the plan with having to take these dudes out? And Shaka warns Atlas, who is violent, so the warning only did so much. But Shaka's like, dude, you got to get back to the lab. You're going to get your ass kicked. Another part that I loved is Sentomaru is back in action. He is back in action. I don't know how I felt about the character at first. He's the most defensive man in the world, and how strong is he really? Like, I think that's an interesting question. Like, where does he line up? Like, where is he? Is he like second commander level? Is he first commander level? Is he third commander level? I think it's probably closer to first at this point, I would think. I mean, he's taking care of the Seraphins. Like, these things are stupid strong. So, I'm not sure, but he's got to be pretty dang strong, right? But I guess we'll see. He was talking about working with Vegapunk all the way back in Sabaody. So it's interesting that he's still kind of with Vegapunk. or if he turns and decides to go with the government, and it could be very interesting. But they're deploying S Snake, aka Kuja Pirates, aka Boa Hancock Seraphim, S Hawk, Hawkeye, and S Shark, Jinbei. So sadly, it's all the ones we've already seen, but those are the ones getting deployed right now to take on CP0. And like I said, I mean, Vegapunk's not going down without a fight. The dude has defensive capabilities I don't even think the Seraphims will show in full capacity. I think he still has a bunch more things that he's going to do. But for some reason, I think Rob Lucci might get away with killing a lot of the Vegapunks. But I'm not sure why. It's such a weird spot that we're at. But they're like showing all the holograms. There's movement happening. Luffy is going to go meet him at the top. Stussy has amazing observation hockey for some reason, or just does her research really well. But it seems like she has quite good observation, like very, very good observation. I think they're trying to make her look strong. They're making Kaku kind of look like a dork. Like he's just taking the hits, kind of being the dummy. But I still think he got stronger. But how much stronger could they have gotten? That's why I'm so confused. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I don't get it. And I'll explain more in a second with how it ends, but I don't get it. He's got the thing where, like, you can't go high enough or you get shot with an actual laser. And Kaku's observation or reactions were not fast enough to stop it. So we have to think that that laser beam is not only super strong, but fast. His, I guess, hockey was strong enough to take the blast, but I guess we'll see. Atlas comes out anyway and is like, no, I'm the only one allowed to rampage on this island. I'm going to kick your ass. And Rob Lucci does not give a shit, which I love, because it's immediate violence, it's immediate war. And of course, once the ship got destroyed and once they went on land, you kind of knew that's where it was going. But he hits him with, what is it? Ryuke. Six King pistol, the classic move, which I'm not disappointed. I mean, at least he's starting there. I think it's a good place to start. He doesn't even look like it really made him sweat, but that's kind of how he used to look too. So I don't understand, but he literally like breaks Atlas's face. Like it was pretty brutal. Now Atlas is not dead yet by any means, but it's not a game. That is Rob Lucci, and he's not messing around. Now, the way this one ends is he's literally about to go kill Atlas. It looks like you're still breathing. I'm gonna kill you. Luffy carrying Bonnie there with Jinbei and Chopper, and they cross paths, and that's how it ends. And he's like, Straw Hat. And he's like, Pigeon Guy? Now, it can't end in a simple way. It just can't. Luffy outclasses him. In my opinion, no matter how strong Rob Lucci got, there's just no way that he's going to be like, hey, believe it or not, I'm like Yonko level for no reason. I'm like, no. Now, it seems like the Seraphims might be first commander level, just straight up. They're making Blackbeard sweat. Everybody does not want to fight. They were making all like the Straw Hat group sweat. So I think that they might be an absolute problem. They don't really take much damage. They're not fully complete, but I don't think it matters. But the reason this island is so weird is because of how volatile it is. Because if we think of it like this, the Straw Hats against CP0, we have to think, it's a Yonko crew, that they destroy CP0 bad. Like they outclass them and clown them. Not only that, and you could say that maybe it would be close. You could bring out some bullshit and be like, hey, guess what? Like, okay, both him and Kaku have awakened their fruits and Stussy is on that same level. And I'm like, and they have S Bear with them and Kuma's super strong, so blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. They're bringing 3 Seraphims on the Straw Hat side because Vegapunk is clearly teaming up with them. He wants to leave with them, and that's kind of what's going to happen. Now, what I think is probably going to happen is, by some way, CP0 is going to be able to take control of the Seraphims. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. If these things are that strong, and I'm telling you that if you check the stats, they look like they're just about that strong. First commander level, they are very, very, very strong. They are an absolute problem, and they're an upgraded version of an already... I feel like the original Pacifista... No. I guess they have to be below 3rd commander level. But I feel like they're like just below. They'd be like a 4th commander level, I guess. But that's a tough one. But just the amount of power that's on the Straw Hat side, it's not going to happen. So if CP0 is able to flip it and be like, hey, we're going to take... We have S Bear, we're going to get S Shark, we're going to get S Hawk, and we're going to get S Snake. Okay, but now it doesn't look good for the Straw Hats unless Vegapunk has some shit. But I think that that's probably the best way that this goes, because then we get more into Vegapunk. We see how powerful his technology truly is, which I don't even think that we've like done anything. I don't even think we've reached the surface on how smart and how in-depth some of his technology is going to be. So then CP0, who, like I said, they're solid. They're solid enough. They're strong. But then if they have 4 Seraphims backing them, so if it's the 3 CP0 and the 4 Seraphims, the Straw Hats are not looking good. It's looking bad. I mean, we saw what just Jinbei alone did to the other group. Luffy would be able to take out one with some difficulty. I don't even think he takes it out clean, even with Gear 5. And I think that's kind of how it's going to shake out. But what's interesting is they're facing off right now. This is happening right now. And I know that the Seraphims got deployed and they're already open. They're probably already on the way and they'll probably get there pretty quick. But I think Luffy could beat him up. But here's another thing. Does he even have access to Gear 5? Do we think that he has access to that? Or was that Ex Machina happening on Wano, on Onigashima? Do you think he can just whip that out? Because I don't. I don't really think that he can do that. But Gear 4 should still be enough. It should still be enough. So, especially with the new haki he learned and knowing Kings now, it's just, he's outclassing him. So there has to be something that happens, or this is going to be the shortest arc ever. Luffy's just going to pound him again. He's going to hit him with, remember Jet Gatlin? He's going to hit him with Gear 4 Gatlin, or Kong Organ, or just some crazy shit, and he's just going to get destroyed. And then Kaku and Stutz are going to be like, well, shit. And then Bear is probably, I don't know. But they're facing off right now. They're facing off right now. And I'm like, they can't fight. They can't fight. Unless for whatever reason, they're going to be like, Lucci is actually a Yonko. And I'd be like, he's kind of the best villain. Sorry, Doflamingo, but that's just my opinion. He's my favorite villain. Like, I'd be like, all right, Oda, but why? I don't understand why. He doesn't have a mythical. Sadly, Lucci got used pretty early before mythicals were even really a thing. Fact check. Yeah, pretty sure that's true. I think they became a thing on Sabaody, but fact check me on that. I'm not 100%. So it's interesting. I don't know where this is going to go. I want to see it. I don't think they're going to fight, but I have no idea. Good thing we don't have a break, but what a start, and when the pace is not slowing down and the conflict is already here. I hope Luffy kicks his ass, but I hope Rob has something, because if they kick Rob's ass, I'm going to be upset. You can't do that to Rob. We'll see. I don't know. Seraphim, that's going to be the change. That's going to be like the factor in this arc. So I'm interested to see how that goes. That's all I have. You guys have a great weekend. I'll catch you next week with the next chapter on Friday. Bye.